Yes, people. What's going on? Seagull Talks Football. We're back again with another video. Today is going to be a match preview with my guy, Carefree Lewis, in the building. Of course, the number one op when it comes to Chelsea. I always have to get Carefree Lewis in the building. And of course, I got my right-hand man, Gunnar Sulz, also holding it down with me on the Arsenal side of things. And unfortunately, a couple guys bottled it, but I'm not going to say no names because Bice is in the building to hold it down with Carefree Lewis in this match preview. So yes, guys, Arsenal versus Chelsea. Usually it is a very interesting matchup every time we play each other. But right now it's even more juicy because you got Chelsea fans kind of gassed up after having a poor season last season. Now they're kind of gassed. 3 wins on the bounce. Arsenal undefeated. You got a little bit of confidence going into this game. I've seen some of your fans going crazy online. So I want to know what you guys think in a second. But let me know how's everyone feeling in the comment section. And let me know, who do you guys think is going to win this game? How you guys feeling about the game? And let's just get straight into the match preview. Because I feel like there's so many talking points about this game. But yeah, it's not yesterday somebody told me it's not the same old Chelsea from last season. You gotta judge us based off the last 3 games. We're a much better team now. So I'm expecting you guys to be a better team this upcoming weekend. But yeah, I think I'll start with Bice because you keep smiling, bro. What are you saying?
No, it's just when they told me the subject matter lineup, I had to laugh. You know what I'm saying? I just had to laugh. Some of the talking points they're trying to use right now is just ridiculous.
What's ridiculous? You guys are good now. You guys are back. You guys turned the corner. That's what I heard.
You're saying we're overly gassed, and it's like, nah.
I'm like,
ain't that.
I don't want to spoil the topic matter for everybody. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in the preview. So I don't want to ruin the whole flow of the show. You know what I'm saying?
You know what? Let's go back for a second.
Mm.
From the beginning of the season to now, are you not feeling a little bit more confident in your team now that you guys got a couple of results under your belt? How about that? Let's start there. Because we're feeling confident, obviously. We're undefeated, doing well in the league. And I'm going to get to Sulz in a second. But I want to hear from you guys. From a Chelsea perspective, how should Chelsea fans feel going into this game?
Cautious optimism. That's it. Like, we're capable of winning this game. We're capable of having a good performance. But you guys are still favourites in spite of that. No one's really going over the top and saying we're going to batter Arsenal, we're going to spank them. I've been saying all week there's a goal in this game, and that's about it. Maybe 2. So it's going to be a tight match. We can believe we can win. That's about it. I don't think that's overconfidence. If you can't believe you can win a game like this after 3 games on the bounce, then when can you?
All right, what are you saying, Bice?
I'm thinking the same thing. Like, I've hardly run into the sensible Chelsea fan that's gonna say, "Yo, we're gonna batter Arsenal. It's gonna be 4, 5, 6." You know what I'm saying? It's ridiculousness, man. I don't know which Chelsea fans you're interacting with. Probably the trolls online. You know what I'm saying? Any logical Chelsea fan I'm seeing is like, "Yo, 3 games on the bounce. I see a goal or 2 in this game easily. I think we can. Of course, we can pull off a result at the Emirates." You know what I'm saying? Plus, I'm not the one who's undefeated with everything to lose. You know what I'm saying? So.
You know what? I guess that's a good place to start. Gunnar Sulz. Who has more to lose, Arsenal or Chelsea?
100% us. Because the reality is now we've taken a 2-point advantage on Man City, who are the real title challengers. Let's not put Spurs in that conversation for a moment. I mean, they could become, we don't know, but it's too early to say that. But we know Man City are going to be up there. So take an advantage on them to then just lose the following game, it's just taking a step backwards. And especially when the opportunity for them, they've lost 3 on the bounce, they're going to want to pepper Brighton. They're not going to go into that game, wanting to even try and lose it. So they're going to give it absolutely everything. They're not going to rest. They have to win as well. And that's why we've got to apply the pressure. We've got to keep the momentum going. We've beaten Man City. Don't let that momentum stop by losing to Chelsea. Now, we've not lost there since 2018. So we need to keep that momentum going. Even if it's a 1-0, even if it's a 2-1 tight game, we got lucky. I don't really care. Just get the 3 points and let's move. Because the reality of the matter is we should be expecting a full lineup, bar potentially Bukayo Saka. Everyone else is pretty much in contention to play. So keep it going, man. We need to keep the momentum. We need to put the pressure on. Even last year, when we had like 5 to 8 points gap on Man City, it still wasn't enough. So we need to keep that momentum. We need to better their results. And let's not waste the opportunity we've got in losing to Chelsea. Let's be absolutely real. coming into the season, we're expected to beat Chelsea. Just because they won 3 games does not change that expectation. We should be coming into this game the favourites, the outright favourites. We should not even be thinking about losing or drawing this game. Now, yes, Chelsea are turning a corner potentially and looking to kind of take one, because for them, beating Arsenal could be the rejuvenation they needed, the belief they need to actually kickstart their season. And that's what I think Poch is doing. Poch is like, beating a team like that kind of puts into the players that this project can work. It's the same as us, right? When Arteta went through that very poor period, what happened? When was the game that he turned on? When ESR was introduced against Chelsea back in 2018 and we beat them, what was it, 4-1 or 4-2? When Nasaka had that freak goal, ESR scored. So Chelsea need that moment, because it could have been Liverpool. But unfortunately, they drew to Liverpool. So yeah, I think it's going to be exciting. I think both teams, we've got more to lose, but they've got a lot to gain by winning.
I was literally about to say that. You took the words right out of my mouth. I think Chelsea could even lose this game and still gain a moral victory from the result, from the way that they perform, because this is your toughest test of the season so far. No team that you've played is on our level or has been performing on our level. You could say Liverpool, you played them first game of the season. It doesn't really count. Where we've just come off playing Manchester City at home and we've beaten them. So yes, you guys are on a 3-game winning streak, but this is your toughest test. And for Chelsea, you guys win this game, people are going to say, you know what? They're going to look at you different. Where if we win this game, we're more expected to win it. And it's going to kind of be like, it's just going to be another match day. Unfortunately, that's the way it's going to be written. Unless we absolutely demolish you guys, which is not going to happen, because defensively, that one thing you guys can hold on to. And Lewis, I remember saying something on A-listers where I questioned your defense. Even though you guys have been poor, your defense has been decent.
Yeah, there's been individual moments in some games, but for the most part, we've done our job at the back. The real question is just going to be in attack. Do we take our chances? Do you take your chances? This is going to come down to moments. I don't think there's going to be a lot of chances on either side. You guys might dominate possession, but might get a few half chances, but nothing really clear-cut. This just depends on who makes the most out of their opportunities. I can't say Chelsea will. You probably could feel more comfortable with your attack to say that, but for us, it's about proving a point. That's why I'm excited for tomorrow. I want to see what we do. I want to see how we step up.
Are you going?
Step up? Huh?
Are you going?
Yeah, I'll be there. I ain't missing that.
Okay. Bice, you're very pessimistic this season. How are you feeling going into this game?
I've been pessimistic. I've been realistic. You see that's the difference. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people tend to confuse the two all the time, especially when sometimes some of your opinions go against a team. But you can't ignore what you see from Chelsea week to week. If I say you know what I'm saying, I don't feel confident about something, it's not that I don't believe in the team or hope they get a result. It's just that what you show me, you know what I'm saying, I just have to take it into account when I'm speaking. Now, this game tomorrow, I promise you, it's a statement game. It's a statement game for a lot of players in that team. It justifies selections. It justifies a lot of stuff with the tactics, everything. In terms of how we would try to get something from this game, at the back, I'm not really worried too much. I'm not worried at all. You know what I'm saying? I love how we look, love how compact we look. I love how Axel Disasi looks. You know what I'm saying? I feel like he's one of those players that really grew into the season. His performance is really, you know what I mean, progressed as his game time improved. He's gonna take some stopping tomorrow. He's gonna have a statement game, I have a feeling. But up top, how we take those chances is really, really, really what it comes down to. I don't think we're gonna have a lot of the ball. That's never really been our thing this season either. You know what I'm saying? Having a lot of the ball, wasting chances. I'll let Arsenal play with the ball. I'll just take the chances that I can get. Whether Mudryk, Jackson, or Sterling take those chances, that's the only what ifs. But I love how we look in recent games. If we can just keep the ball rolling, I have no problem tomorrow.
There you go. Let's get into the first major talking point. I want to know what's going on with Reece James, because this guy has been injured a lot for you guys, and people are saying on his day he's the best in this position and everything else. But let's be honest, unless he can stay fit, we can't sit here and say, oh, on his day he's the best or this and that. He has to stay. He has to show a run of games where he's fit. Now, I know we have our own injury-prone players like Tomiyasu, Kieran Tierney before, but you want to know something? Reece James has played less games than both of those guys. ESR too, of course. But he's played less games than all those guys. So we got to have a conversation about this guy, man. I want to know what you guys think.
I think we've rushed him back from injury too much, and that's been the bigger issue. Which is why, regardless of fitness or not, he shouldn't be touching the pitch. Like, bring him back into the team slowly. I don't care if he's our captain or anything like that. For 3 years, we have rushed this guy back every single time, and every single time he's got injured again. So, give him we got Gusto in for literally this reason. That's why it's one of our most underrated signings. I don't have to worry about Reece James being out now. We have Gusto, and I think Gusto's a very good right back. He's been one of our best players this season. So, don't rush back, honestly. Like, when he's ready, he can walk back into the team on ability alone. But for now, like, he doesn't need to. We don't need to bring him back in.
All right, what you saying, Sulz? What do you think about the whole Reece James situation? Because if Reece James is starting, are you kind of like worried now? Are you like, oh, that's advantage Chelsea? Or are you kind of thinking, you know what, you're not even considering one individual player at this point?
No, I mean, the reality is, right, whether Reece James plays or Gusto plays, I'm actually more afraid right now playing Gusto because he's more fit. Now, with Reece James, all it can take is Martinelli running in behind and Reece James chasing him when he pulls a hamstring. So the reality is he could actually give away more opportunities to us because he doesn't feel fully fit. Because at the end of the day, you've got to be confident in your body. And if you're coming back for the first game and you know you've had multiple injuries and that you've had to come off, it feels like he's being rushed back, and especially against a winger like Martinelli, who's unpredictable, very quick on the ball, you know, especially to transitioning behind. It's not going to be a good game for James to come back in. Now, you can say, look, ability, yes, the guy's got the ability to be one of the best right backs in the world football, but the reality is if you're not playing, I can't put you there. So right now, like, I wouldn't consider him there. I wouldn't consider him in those conversations. The same way and the same reason I haven't put Thomas Partey in those conversations, because he's not available when it matters. And that's the same with Reece James. Now, of course, people are going to say, of course you don't want Reece James to play. I would love him to play because all it's going to do is get him injured again. So the reality is, like, if he's out, they're going to be worse off. They're going to have to rely on Gusto. And if Gusto gets injured, they're screwed. So the reality is you don't want to be rushing players back. I've seen it happen to players like, for example, Ousmane Dembele has been constantly injured because they keep telling, like, Barcelona fans that he's going to be back in 3 months. Then all of a sudden he's back after 1.5 months. Like, how did you halve the timeline? And that's what's happening with Reece James. And to be honest with you, as an England fan, I'm disappointed. Forget about the rivalry for a moment, because I want the best England squad possible to go and win one of these international tournaments. And we've not been able to see Reece James in an England shirt just because of this. So for me, like, it's disappointing on a national level, but also I'm sick and tired of players being mismanaged, you know, as if they're some robots. The squad and the clubs should be doing better to protect these players and bring players in. If you brought Malo Gusto in, why are you not going to trust him in moments when you know Reece James isn't fit? If you're going into this game, I know the club hasn't got this mentality, but you know, okay, you're not the favourite, so play Gusto. Gusto has been good enough. He's been a reliable backup. So come into this game with your best available 11.
Would you guys consider selling Reece James if he can't stay fit for the period of the season?
No.
But the thing isn't his fault.
But we have the best right back depth in the league right now. Like, no.
Not the best right back depth in the league.
He's not better than. He hasn't been better than.
James and Gusto is a better right back duo than any other team in the league.
But guess what? When you have duos, it's for a reason. It's because one is either injury prone, or you might not trust them 100%. We have two great goalkeepers.
Or you just have good competition.
We have two great goalkeepers.
No. Let's not be hypocrites. Let's not be hypocrites. Are we not saying we need a backup for Saka?
Yeah, we are saying
that's nothing to do with trust. That's nothing to do with trust. You can have great duos. You have to.
Can I ask a question? How come when City has quality depth in each position, it's, oh my God, amazing depth, rotation, all of that stuff. But when it's Chelsea or any other team, it's, oh my God, they're just trying to get this guy out.
You
Blah
know
blah blah.
what?
It looks bad. Blah blah.
I'll
No,
say this.
quality
Maybe
depth
I'm
and
clutching at straws
competition is
here.
good for
Maybe I'm
development.
clutching at straws here. But if Reece James was as good as he was back in when you won the Champions League and he was still fit and available all the time, you probably wouldn't have signed Gusto.
He is as good. We played one game
He's-
against Liverpool. He was one of the best players on the pitch.
Egal,
If you
egal.
want-
If you keep rushing
This is why
players back, if you keep rushing players back, and they get injured, you have to have depth so to preserve players. Egal, don't tell me that he's not as good, because every time he comes back, there's a clear shift in this team. They go at a different gear. They progress at a different rate. The chance progression, everything. Every statistical metric goes up with this player on the
Let me ask
pitch.
you about another Chelsea player. And this guy here is a fan favorite of your club. And even and this man here loves Enzo. He wanted Enzo at Arsenal. I'll tell you this. I have not seen enough from Enzo Fernandez to say this Chelsea team is getting the best out of him yet. And that Chelsea midfield has not looked amazing yet. There's still more to come from him. It's harsh to judge him based off what happened last year. But at what point do you start saying he needs to start contributing to winning?
Brother, he's only played with Caicedo for 2 games together.
So you're not worried at all?
Not at all. Not at all, brother. This one, the last players I got any concern about. I'll agree he needs to get a bit more consistent. Give you that. But in terms of his ability, nah, that guy's going straight to the top. I ain't worried.
I'm thinking he's a luxury player. I don't think he
What?
contributes.
I
don't think he contributes directly.
17 minutes 55.
Yo, my
this is my thing. He's a great player in a great team with a lot of players around him that you can get the best out of him. But at Chelsea, where there hasn't been no level of consistency in players, constantly people coming in and out and injured. At this moment in time, he's looked much more of a luxury player and more of like a shiny toy than actually producing to winning.
He was at Chelsea for 3 months and they wanted him to win Player of the Year.
You guys can control the midfield and do all these things, but Enzo Fernandez alone has not been able to contribute to winning.
So wait. Is it just a thing where are you watching the performances or you want GA?
Yes, at the World Cup he was amazing. But at Chelsea, he's not actually taking games by the scruff of the neck and won you.
Do you want? Is it GA you want?
Because we've had an awful.
I don't want GA. Guess what? He did have an opportunity to score a penalty to win your game. He still missed that too. I'm not talking about that. We're talking about players that contribute to winning.
Oh no, my deep line playmaker can't score goals. Such a shame. You need to get rid of him.
The game is gone.
DM doesn't score enough.
No one's saying he can't score goals. Come on. We see, for example,
is Kai Havertz a luxury?
For example, since he came in and Jorginho left, have you seen a massive uptick in your performances? No.
Well, partly because we got rid of our only DM. Enzo ain't no DM. He's a deep line playmaker. That's why you play him next to Caicedo. That's the whole reason why we brought Caicedo in. And since we played them together, we've been unbeaten in 2 games.
All right, fair enough. I'll leave it there. I was just more going at the fact that he's been your massive signing.
Enzo Fernandez is a luxury player.
Shiny
no. But you can't look. Think about it.
That statement's going to come back to haunt you numerous times.
Yeah, but think about it like this, right? Like Declan Rice isn't a luxury player. He's just come into the right environment. Now, if he had gone to Chelsea, we would be having the same conversation about Declan Rice. The squad isn't ready for a player like Enzo to come in. And Enzo isn't the type of game winner you think he is. A game winner could be someone who controls the game, who takes it, okay, you guys get it to 1-0 and then leave it to me. The reality is they haven't gone to 1-0 for him to actually take over. So when the strikers and the attackers start doing their job, you start to see Enzo flourish. Look at Argentina. Argentina played without Enzo Fernandez in their first few games. What happened? They lost to Saudi Arabia. Brought Enzo Fernandez in and they won the World Cup. That's the difference this guy can make to a team. I don't get it. Firstly, can you define luxury player? Because I don't get it. I just don't understand what that means.
I was more talking about the fact that he's this amazing player, this world beater, and yes, he might be able to sometimes control the midfield for you against a lot of teams, but the reality is he's not contributed directly to winning.
Yeah, but if you pass the ball and the player loses it, that's not Enzo's fault. That's because the quality around him hasn't clicked yet. Firstly, they've brought in like 15 players to come into their starting 11. Like, it's gonna take time, and I do think Enzo. Like, I do think you're gonna eat your words again. Enzo's a one Chelsea player I'll defend.
There you go. Can I ask you a question?
Player.
What's Chelsea's front three?
Chelsea's best front three. We haven't seen them yet.
No. I don't even ask your best. I didn't even say best. What's Chelsea's front three?
Chelsea's front three. I would go for Modric, Jackson, and Sterling.
How much times have you seen that?
Not many times.
I put Cole Palmer in there.
No, Cole Palmer, I would play him in the 10.
Oh, you bench Gallagher. See, because you dominate possession, I'd actually play Gallagher. I think he'd do well.
Okay, what is Chelsea's best 11? What is Chelsea's best 11? What is Chelsea's best 11? Because I've been seeing a lot of teams, a lot of different teams people have been coming out with.
So I'd say Sanchez. I'd say Cole will left back. We're still going to have to put him left back. Disasi, Silva, Reece James.
So you're going to play Reece James tomorrow.
What?
So you would play Reece James tomorrow?
No. Who's talking about best inspired injury? Or we're talking about for tomorrow.
Oh, I thought you meant just what's available best tomorrow.
No, if it's tomorrow, then no, James. Gusto. But then, it will be the same lineup from Burnley, except Jackson in for Broja and Gusto in for Cucurella. That'll be it.
Same with you, Bice? You're going with the same team?
Yeah. Because that's the team. It's shocking, but it's true.
And then there's one more question. If you were to say you guys were going to win, who would be the biggest danger for Arsenal? Would you say Mykhailo Mudryk if he starts?
There's
Palmer.
Cole Palmer. It'd be Cole Palmer.
Ooh.
That guy is lethal. I'll tell you something.
Cole Palmer or Mudryk?
I don't think Mudryk starts. It'll be Palmer and Sterling.
And I don't even like. You see, the thing is, this is my criticism of Cole Palmer. See, as a right winger, if you play him as a right winger, he doesn't give his fullback as much issues as he should. Drops back way too much. You know what I'm saying?
He likes to come inside, doesn't he?
Yeah. Like his in the first half of the last game we played, you could see it. Every time he dropped off, his fullback had less work to do. When he started the second half, we came and he started taking the ball on the turn, driving, cutting, causing problems up top with his creativity, his passing. That's when the game opened up. So that's just my only criticism right now. If he can do that from the get-go against Arsenal, like it's gonna be a long day. I'm just so serious. He's actually been proving me. Like I've been very, my opinion on the transfer, but if he just does what he does and drive at his fullback even more, cause him to commit even more, open up more space, then it's gonna be a crazy day for Arsenal. I can't lie.
Definitely.
You know what? Before we get into Havertz and talk about the other side of the coin, Cole Palmer's been good. Cole Palmer's looked good for you guys, and his confidence level is something your attackers have needed for a while. So I'm not just gonna sit here run agendas the whole time, but that Cole Palmer has looked really good for you guys, and him coming in, you've seen a massive difference in your attacking output already. Let's see if you guys up in the next game. So you had something to say on Cole Palmer?
One thing I will say is I don't think you're utilizing him better if you play him on the wing. I do think centrally he does offer a lot more than he does out on the wing. But again, you could use him like similar to Martinelli, where you kind of use him as an inside forward, getting overlapping fullback in. And that I think when Reece James comes back, that's when Cole Palmer could be a potential viable option for them on the right. But if he does, I'm quite comfortable locking him off in the wing. But if he comes more central, even at the 10 row, I think that's where you get the best output anyway.
Second half, mate.
Quick question.
Drop him in the 10 and bring on Mudryk. Come on.
Nice. Do you rate Arsenal's midfield more than Chelsea's at this moment in time?
I think we can give you a good game in the midfield.
Because the midfield battle is
which
gonna be-
midfield threes? Because at the moment we've not really seen our first.
Because if I'm being real, if I'm seeing Kai Havertz starting at midfield, it's
Because if we're
I
going
ain't
down
gonna
the right
lie.
party,
playing
Odegaard.
the man down.
I think
Okay.
we might go with Kai Havertz. What do you think?
Yeah, our midfield's clear then.
Yeah, because
Just
remember
like that.
when he signed, I
I don't
remember
know if
guys
Partey's
saying the
gonna start.
Xhaka role is going to be upgraded. It's going to be the Havertz role. I remember all this saying because remember, I was broken last season, so I'd learned to sit back and observe Arsenal fans. This guy said a lot. 65 M's, he's going to come. He's going to be a different player. Arteta's going to revive him. He's going to do a mad thing. Yeah. How has that worked out for you? A pity penalty and
Bro,
what?
it's 8 games, man. Chill. And the guy's got an assist against Man City. Helped us win that game, so I'll take that for now.
Then.
Helped us
Yeah.
after
I
what,
have this
8
living off the moments against Man City.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah.
I don't care. We've not
Never
beaten
heard of
Man
that
City. We have not
That's
beaten Man City
crazy.
since 2018. I'll take it. I don't even care.
Now, let me just say,
Start him next game.
Listen,
Let him
Bro,
build
he-
on
that's
that
what the
momentum.
thing
Man.
is.
I think it'll
we
be a
spoke
great
about him
game.
yesterday
He's
on your
scored
channel.
against you.
Lewis, we spoke about him yesterday on your
you're playing
channel.
with a hand behind your back with that guy in
One
midfield.
second.
I'm being so honest.
We spoke about him yesterday on your channel. The reality is he's just come in. It's been a couple months, and we know what he's done at Chelsea for the last 3 years. What he's going to do at Arsenal in a different environment could be very different. It could be very different. I'm not going to write him off yet, but it has not been. It has not been as bad as people make it seem like.
Don't lie. You know when you were first linked with Havertz, you're thinking, what the fuck are we doing?
I didn't want him. I don't think Sulz wanted him either.
No. Don't. I did. I was like, you know what? I get this signing.
Okay,
like
so
it.
explain it to them.
Tell me on it.
Right. Okay.
Hey, I love it.
So the reason why I like the signing, right, is because we need a different dynamic in this team. The one thing that we've always missed, right, is a target man. There's someone that we can ping the ball to. Now, when we look at the transfer policies that we've always had, David Raya seemed to be a player we've always been linked to. Even before we actually got him on loan, was a name that was being touted to come to Arsenal. Now, look at David Raya, for example. Look at who he's played best with, and Mbumbo and Tony. Now, I'm not saying Kai Havertz is of the quality of Tony, but it's someone who's got that physical presence who can actually dominate in the air. Because even if you look at him in the Community Shield against the likes of Ruben Dias, John Stone, he was actually the only one winning duels. So I will take that for now. I do think there's going to be improvements made. Gradually, we're seeing slight improvements. It is slower than we'd like, but...
So 65 million for someone to bring the ball down, basically.
Yeah, but you've got Enzo Fernandez, who's about 105 million, hasn't shown his full potential. You've got
No, but we're looking more for Enzo Fernandez.
If we're going strictly 8 games, if we're going strictly 8 games,
a man
have they
who's
shown
just
anything?
bringing the ball down onto the ear,
No,
stagnating,
if we're going strictly 8 games, have
He
Enzo
was
Fernandez.
the match winner for basically versus City. He was the difference.
What?
This is insane coaching.
No, yo,
You can
Like,
call
it wasn't Mobium. It's literally what happened.
Watch the goal.
Man,
Do assist.
this is a guy you had to play Fabio Vieira for. Fabio Vieira, of all people, had to come on the pitch and force this guy out of the team. Don't come out like after one test down and lay off against Manchester City. It doesn't erase the atrocities that this guy has done on the pitch.
Since the first 4 games, Fabio Vieira has not had as much of an impact as Kai Havertz.
All right, okay. Let's talk, right? Let's talk. Michaela Mudryk was the other option, right? 85 million or 60 whatever million, right? What the fuck's he done? So the reality is,
okay, so now it's a Mudryk conversation. Now it's a Mudryk conversation.
Yeah, the guy doesn't even start for you.
I'm asking about Kai Havertz. What does
Mudryk was barely starting, and Mudryk's been in the league for a couple of months. Havertz has been here for 3 seasons plus now.
19 goals.
I'm talking, this is a new environment. This is completely different to the way we're using him. For me, I'm seeing enough to say, do you know what? I see a future with Kai Havertz in here. Because I do think the way we should be playing it, because Saka is not fit, is Kai Havertz in the middle.
I'm not going to lie, Lewis.
You sound like Chelsea fans.
A lot of the hate to Kai Havertz is mostly online fans. Like people.
No, you sound like Chelsea fans 2 years ago, Guna. This is when the guy couldn't hold up. Extended runs. Hold on. Extended runs in multiple positions, could make any his own. The excuses based on potential only. I'm just gonna say it like this, cause you see when we're sitting here a year from now, and we're looking back. This is going to be a moment I'm going to bring up. I'm going to say, yo, full circle moment. Gunnar Sulz, he ain't what you think he is.
Now,
I'm
here's
trying
the
to
thing.
But you don't know what I think he is.
I actually get what you're trying to say, but the only problem is like Havertz gave up at Chelsea, and mentally, big problem. That guy's got a shite mentality. Won the UCL and just coasted off it. If what's his name, Arteta can get into his head and switch him on, maybe you have something. But I don't believe that personally. I think that guy's.
But for me, I think Arteta knows his players better than most of us will, and I think as soon as that happened, what you've just said, where he switches off, he's gone. We'll know why he's left. But the reality is, I see, like, even if you look at the back stuff, like all the training videos, all the like behind the scenes that we're seeing, you can see how much they're trying to prop Havertz up to become a better player. Now, whether that happens or not, it's always going to be 50-50 with any signing. Any signing is a 50-50. But for me,
4 months versus 3 years. Who knows him more? 4 months versus 3 years.
I don't rate or criticize any of your attackers. Go and look at my tweets. I've not even once said anything about Havertz because I know Chelsea attackers come to die, and that's just how I see you guys. I don't rate any attacker.
Havertz killed himself.
We've even played him in midfield. That guy couldn't hold his own.
What about Mudryk?
In the league last season, we can't act like we didn't give him the opportunities.
Okay, you know what? Let's shift it back to attackers you just recently brought in.
Okay.
Mudryk.
He's been decent the last 2 games. We finally started starting him, and he finally starts looking good. Shock and horror.
I kind of think Mudryk has been underutilized at times by your managers, but at the same time, I feel like nobody at Chelsea is utilized to their full potential unless it's Sterling. Sterling's the only person who has actually played in his position.
It's such a buzzword nowadays. Like it made sense last season, but not now.
What were we saying?
This season we're giving the spotlight to the likes of Jackson, the likes of Mudryk, the likes of Cole Palmer. We are giving them the ability to succeed. We're not a place where strikers or attackers go to die anymore. We're a place where we're building an entire squad up. We're talking about past players who were bought by a past regime, and half of them were board signings that the manager didn't even want. Lukaku, Tuchel didn't want him. Fucking Havertz, Lampard didn't want him. They were just forced on them. Shit like that is
about that. But one issue you have had consistently is your finishing. Your finishing has been an issue. It doesn't matter who the players are.
Yeah.
You could have any player from the last 3 to 4 seasons, and your finishing has always been an issue. And in this game, Mykhailo Mudryk be there, Jackson be there, Sterling be there. You don't trust them to finish that chance. And you're going to need to finish your chances. As you said earlier, you're going to need to be extremely clinical. And these guys who don't have as much confidence, who, yes, maybe on international break have scored goals, but when they put on a Chelsea top, they just seem to not be able to do the same things that they do for their country or that they used to do before they signed for Chelsea. And that's my point.
I mean, Mudryk scored in his last game for Chelsea and then scored in his last game for Ukraine. Here's the thing again, a lot of them haven't got experience, a lot of them haven't got big moments, but that's why I'm so excited for this game, because now I'm going to see who steps up. Like, someone has to do it. I can't put my money on anybody doing it, but we'll find out because somebody does. And I believe we're still capable of getting a result.
Big up, Brendan. Brendan says, Havertz winner. Yo, are you going to boo Havertz, by the way?
You know what the big question is? I want to see if Havertz celebrate.
I'm going to be booing the fuck out.
Bice, are you going to boo him if you were there?
What? If I was... Boo!
He took my club from 3rd to 12th place. We're trying to rebuild our club from the mess.
No. Every time you watch the Champions League final, you have to watch Havertz. He is your history. That's just all I'm going to say.
If I watch the Champions,
if you watch the Champions League final, you have to watch Havertz.
The Champions League final highlights. You know what I'm going to see? I'm going to see a Rudiger block on Foden. I'm going to see a Christensen block on Foden. I'm going to see a Chilwell clearance.
So you're just going to ignore how you won it.
I'm going to see Thiago Silva balling before he came off injured. I'm going to see Kante tackling.
Let me ask you a question. Who scored the winner? Was
Kai
it Thiago Silva? Did Thiago Silva score?
My friend,
was it Thiago Silva?
Let me ask you a question, my friend. What's harder to do? Score against Man City or keep a clean sheet over 90
minutes? Clearly score because we barely do it.
Keep a clean sheet would be way harder.
We done it easy. It was easy work.
That was easy.
It was easy.
You made
That was
easy
easy.
work of Man City. That
Robot was
easy
0, fam. The robot had 0 XG, fam. Easy.
That
work.
wasn't an easy game. Keeping
Listen,
a
man,
clean sheet.
what we're doing now with
way
XG?
harder
What we're
than you
doing?
know it.
If we're bringing up
Yeah,
XG,
done that.
who do you think? All right, who had the
Yeah,
who had
we
the
did that
easier
too.
chance?
We scored one against
The
City.
crowd winning
easier
Man
chance.
City.
Is
The
a harder
crowd winning
job.
Man City got knocked out by Saliba and
Allow
Gabriel.
it.
Let's just put it there,
Allow
fam.
it.
That
Allow it,
robot had no business being there. The guy found out he is not levels. That's all.
So
He's
you're
not
saying a
level.
big reason why you won that game was because of the defense?
No, because Kai Havertz got the assist. If he didn't come on, if he didn't put it down, he didn't miss the pass. If he didn't
As
do
shameless
that,
and as shameless as I am, that is a different level.
no.
This is
To be
delusion.
fair,
This is
we
not
won,
even
we won
shamelessness
it
anymore. This
because
is
of
delusion.
Saliba. Like, I'll be real. We won it because Saliba was there.
Yeah, we won the UCL with the best defense in 25 years.
But all I'm saying, no, but that's not my point. I
Not
just
a guy
said
with
every
one
time,
goal.
I said,
But that's not my point.
My
But that's not my
initial
point, right?
was every time you watch the UCL final, you have to watch Havertz.
Yeah, I get to watch my brilliant defense
I get
too.
that.
That's
You got
fine.
me my second one. Whoop-de-doo. Congrats. But when you say
When I
he
watch us
is
win
my
the Premier
history,
League, I go watch Batshuayi. He's a shit striker too.
because and
Makes
them
a difference.
goals was crazy. Those so just please just
Don't worry,
let's
man.
calm down.
You'll see a Havertz masterclass tomorrow.
Let's calm down.
You'll see
Let's
what
calm
you're
down.
missing. You'll see what
Listen,
you're
Let's
good
calm down.
Allow
Let's
it.
calm
Let
down
them-
and
let them
relax.
have their-
Bro, do you know when
Let them
that
have
winner
their
hits?
Havertz.
You know when
Calm
that
down.
winner hits? Oh, Lord help me.
If
That winner's
Havertz
gonna
scores the
bang.
winner tomorrow, I would love that. Just like you guys would love it if Modric scored a winner.
I'd
Because
also
Yeah,
love
don't
it.
lie to
Or
me.
Baby
I don't
Drogba.
care
I'd
about
I
also
hear it.
love.
I hear
I'd
it.
also love it.
What, Baby
I'd also
Drogba?
love it if Zendaya
Baby
told me
Drogba,
she'd
man.
take me out. So we'll
Wait,
go
who's
out.
Baby
You guys
Drogba?
call him
But
Baby
it's never
Drogba
gonna
now.
happen.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, Modric's Baby Drogba.
No.
Come on.
Jackson.
Are they from the
What do
same
you mean
nationality?
the newborn
why?
the
No,
newborn chef?
but you know what Chelsea fans are like. As long as you fit the bio, you're Baby Drogba. So
Okay.
Point three.
How many? By the way, how many players you got going to AFCON?
just Jackson.
One, just Jackson.
Oh,
Okay,
they've
so
not
yeah,
even got Asian.
Oh.
They've not even got Asian gameplays either.
yeah. So we got Partey. So it's not that big.
And Tomiyasu.
Tomiyasu too. Yeah, he's got.
But he's got Asians though.
City
Like
has
what's
no
the Asian
players going to
continental
AFCON,
game,
big
something like
shot.
that.
Interesting.
So
City
we're
has
gonna
no
get-
players going to AFCON. Big shot.
No, what do you mean?
But that's
Last
a
year
talk
we
for another
and
day.
Mohamed Al Neni. Don't forget.
Yeah, but he don't play. He's got his own football club now.
El
Yeah.
Neni.
He's
Oh,
got-
Nenny
El
FC.
Neni.
I've seen that.
Yeah.
Bro, Elneny is a baller.
Like
Yeah,
what
I
he's
don't
doing.
even care. That guy is such a
Okay,
modern player.
guys. Now we got to move on to who's going to win the midfield battle, because this is where the game's going to be won. The game is going to be won or lost in this midfield battle, and it's and a lot of people are going to say, "Why is Gallagher there?" Some people are telling me Gallagher is better.
Gallagher will be there.
Some people
Gallagher's
are
been our
saying-
most ready midfielder this season.
Yeah.
So,
The glazing
just-
for Havertz is crazy. Almatis is telling you chill. Sulz,
I
he's
promise
telling
you, they
chill.
should put 18 plus. It's ridiculous how you guys are doing right now. You should have put 18 plus in fucking description.
Big up Almatis, bro, my guy.
Kids can't
Big up
watch this.
Elmatis every single time. Shout out to Elmatis. But yeah, big up to all the super chatters, guys. You guys know that helps out the channel massively. And also make sure you do hit that like button. We got 117 of you guys right now. We only have 42 likes. What are we doing? Hit that like button. It's absolutely free. And by the way, we've been infiltrated by Chelsea fans. There's 71 votes, and 51% of you guys think Chelsea is gonna win. What's going on?
It's
Chelsea.
juice. It's sauce.
They forgot Havertz don't play for them anymore. That's all that happened.
Because
Anyways.
we remember, that's why I was saying, yeah.
I don't think
No.
Jorginho starts because he started the last game, but I do think Kai Havertz gets back into this team. I don't know.
No, he's gonna play up front. It's gonna be Gabriel Jesus right, Havertz in the middle, and it's gonna be Martinelli on the left.
I've
So
seen
who's in the
Havertz
midfield?
striking before.
Partey?
Lord have mercy.
I would go Partey, Odegaard, and Declan Rice. I'd get Declan Rice in the 8, overlap, do that, and then Havertz lays it into him, and he just bangs it in. Bam, easy goals, easy. I'm telling you, Havertz is gonna ball out in this game. You know?
I think we're gonna give them the ball.
Havertz against Asasi and Silver and Caicedo.
Easy, the easiest defense you'll play against. You'll love it.
I think we're gonna give Chelsea the ball. I think we're
Huh?
gonna.
Oh wait, can you bring up that second to last comment?
I think we're gonna press them and try to force Conor Gallagher or Caicedo or Enzo to make a mistake and win the ball high up the pitch.
You go. Bring up that third comment.
Is it this comment that you wanted?
Yeah, brother, you're not Gallagher's boyfriend. If I don't rate him, I'm allowed not to rate him. Stop crying. He don't know you. Like, it's not that deep.
Yeah. People who get mad at people criticizing
the Gallagher hater. I've said he's been better this season. I just said I don't rate him yet.
Big up Chloe. Big up Chloe.
You know.
Gunnar Sulz is too funny. Yeah, people are loving Sulz today. But guys, the midfield battle. Let's be serious for a second. I honestly do believe we win the midfield battle, but we might do a similar tactic once we get a goal up, where we just try to force you into mistakes and not having too much of the ball ourselves.
Yeah. You play Kai Havertz in that left 8 position, yeah? You're playing with 2 arms tied behind your back. I'm so serious.
Kai Havertz didn't even start the last game. What makes you think he's going to guarantee start in the midfield?
Oh, ask Gunnar Sulz.
Gunnar Sulz saying he's starting up top.
Up top is another shocking thing. Because the Sassy, Thiago Silva and Caicedo, you want him running through the middle.
Brilliant. And with us playing,
way I see him starting up top
deep
is
as well.
is not fit.
You want Havertz to play with limited space in the back line? All right, cool. Fine.
Yeah.
That brother will have no space and lose every single duel.
He's actually won more duels than most people in the league right now. He's actually crazy.
Yeah, he won't win any against the Sassy and Silva. I'm sure of that.
We'll see. But yo, get back to the midfield battle. Get back to the midfield battle, guys. Well, I want to hear from you guys. Do you guys honestly believe you're going to win the midfield battle?
Depends on your midfield. If it's Partey, Odegaard, and Rice, could go either way. Might even lose the midfield battle. If I see Jorginho in there, depends on what positions he covers. If Havertz is in there,
he normally does the 6 and then Declan Rice goes a bit forward. But they kind of interchange in game.
Yeah, I can't underestimate Jorginho. Even though I know he's a bit older, he's a little bit slow. We might be able to catch him out. The best thing with him would be I would rate our transitions a bit more. Our chance to catch you out there. Because if we catch him in the wrong position, he's useless. But on the ball, we'll keep things ticking.
Okay, so you're not saying you're going to win the midfield battle. You're just going to say you're confident your midfield can do a good job.
Yeah, like I'm confident defensively and in midfield. It's just the attack, really. That's where someone's got to step up.
Fair enough.
But that's why I only see a goal in it.
All right, let's go back. The last couple of years, what's been happening to you guys? Because you guys have been the better team than us at times, and we'd still squeak out wins, like the Emil Smith throw during the COVID year when we beat you guys.
Oh, please don't bring up that Smith throw, man.
The year where we drew and Martinelli had the goal that ended up getting us the draw, the 2-2 draw. We won the last couple of years back to back. Eddie and Nketiah dunked on you. Last year we had the 1-0 win. Like Stamford Bridge has not been a place where when we come there we're really worried. We've actually been coming there and comfortably winning some of these games.
Basically 5 years of shit transfer windows. That's what's happened. And now I've had to undo all of that work. Obviously, sacking Tuchel, new owners, they play part of the factor. But realistically, we've had years of crap windows. And our squad's just slowly and slowly declined. That's why we had to have such a major clear out at this point. Big up to Bowley for getting it done in a year's time. But now we need these players to understand each other. That might take a bit of time as well. But this is football. There's ups and downs. We're in a little bit of a down period. It is what it is. You can cry about it or you can just accept it and try to move on.
Now, but the reality is your players are ballers, though. The only downside is if they flop, it's a bit hard to get rid of when you've got 8 years on them. But saying that, and I mean, Enzo, good acquisition. Mudryk can be really good for them. Jackson is showing sparks, but it feels like Jackson is a player that suits certain wingers. So if you can get inside forwards like Cole Palmer involved with like Mudryk coming inside, I think that's when you get the best of Jackson. So the squad building hasn't been terrible. It's just about when it clicks. Or whether they're getting the right managers to get it to click. And that's why I think the question marks are always going to be for Chelsea. And I think for me, like, you know, as a lot of people have said, it's going to be difficult because they are one of the best transition teams in the league and creatively they're top 3. So it's how much we can stop that from happening. And you might be right, Igal. We might actually go into this game and go, they are better on the transition. They can hurt people on the transition. let's just give them the ball. Let's not try and control this game. And let's just get Saliba and Gabriel to do what they do best and sniff that out.
I think it's actually going to be
Arsenal
a
playing
really
without
close
the
game.
ball defeats the purpose of their whole game.
Yeah,
No,
I think
we
it's going
can
to be
do
a
both.
close game.
No, but if Arsenal give Chelsea the ball, that's the entire that's the game. Like Arsenal play with the ball. That's the entire game plan. Why would you throw the game plan?
Not necessarily. Did you watch us against City? Did you watch us against Tottenham? Did you watch us against Manchester United? We actually gave away the ball, and what we did was
Manchester United did not have as much possession as you. Let's not.
Manchester United had
in phases of the game, we have conceded possession.
We're talking about as on a whole. If I look at the game on a whole, Arsenal have majority of the ball, apart from against Manchester City, which is understandable. No one had really.
We gave Tottenham possession at our house.
They dominated.
We actually
gave or they took it.
Yeah.
Gave or they took it.
No, we gave it to them.
Same thing. We gave
the way that we played, the fact that they passed the ball around in areas of the pitch that doesn't hurt us, we let them keep possession. We're not going to press them as much. We triggered the press in areas of the pitch where we see vulnerabilities, which is players that we think are going to lose the ball. We're not going to press your striker. We're not going to press your center backs and your goalkeeper if we think you can hold on to the possession from there. We only trigger the press from the midfield where we think we can win the ball back and get numerical advantages going forward. That's where we try to capitalize. So against City and against Manchester United, we did a similar tactic. We stopped pressing Onana. We stopped pressing the center backs, and we just sat back and
Onana presses himself because what we're doing.
Nah, but he's.
No, but you know what it is though. The fact that Saliba and Gabriel, as long as they're fit, I don't really care how a team approaches us. For me, it's when you break that partnership or one of them isn't available is when I would worry about Chelsea. I think we can easily keep a clean sheet against them. And I do think it's going to be a very tight game. I think it's going to be that Stamford Bridge game where it was Gabriel who scored the header. I think this is going to be a repeat of that. It's going to be a very frustrating game. A lot of fans are going to get pissed off at the players. It's going to be like, we're going to lose this. We're going to draw this. And then it's going to take that Gabriel moment to actually win the game. Because I do rate their defense. I do think they've done incredibly well defensively and in midfield as long as they can keep the trio in terms of just keeping possession and controlling as much as they can. But for me, I just think we may just have too much. I don't think we can lose this game. I think the best they'll get is a draw.
Okay.
Depends on if you score first. If you score first, I think that's the best we've got.
Now, if we score, it's done. If we score first, it's done for me. You have to score first.
Done.
You have to score first, in my opinion.
Done is a crazy term.
I get why you'd say that, but I don't think so. I think we could still get a goal from that point. Because if you score early, I wouldn't expect
from transitioning. The way you've been creating chances is better on the transition than you have created better chances when trying to take a team out. So for me, if we score, we can just sit back on it and then just bide our opportunities, wait for you to make a mistake and go for the second.
The question is, would you guys do that early? Let's say you score early on in the game or in the first half. Would you guys do that, or would you do that more if you score in the second half?
What we tend to do is we concede possession to teams.
Hey, Sam, you better win your derby too, my friend.
Yeah, there you
Focus
go.
on your job.
Oh my God!
Your
Get this
job.
guy out of here, man.
Okay, I'm gonna just show you guys in the last couple games.
Just like London, Merseyside is blue. Don't forget that, bro.
Let me show you. In the last couple games, we did this, and it was against both Tottenham and Manchester United, and what do you call it? So Tottenham, we gave them full possession in the first half.
They took it,
bro. It was a situation where we gave them 61% possession. We didn't even try to hold on to the ball too much. That's the situation. In the second half, we held on to it more. Now, we did a similar thing versus Man City. There was times where we gave them possession, and there's times where we held possession. First half, we gave them 51% possession at our own ground. And if you go even further than that, there was a fixture versus Manchester United. We did a similar thing. My whole point is we have different ways of playing depending on what the game entails. So if we're down, we're not going to be playing that style of football. We're going to try to hold on to the game. We're going to try to recycle and keep the ball in the attacking end. But if it's a situation where we score early, we're gonna try to bore the. We're just gonna bore you to death and try to win meticulously. It's not this team might be an attacking team on its day, but that's against 90% of the
How it's
other.
changed from the boring Chelsea days.
Wallahi, you want to know something? You want to know something? That's the honest truth. Because I feel like we switched places to a certain degree.
Remember back in the day, Arsenal fans would be like, "You lot
No,
play
no, but hear me out.
football.
Hear me
This
out.
isn't how
I
football
think we switched
meant to be
places.
played."
I think
Sitting
we
back in defensive minded now.
No,
look how
we
the team
No,
is.
because
we
we switched places. You guys were at the time a competitive team challenging for the league, and you guys were
I
winning.
know it's
by
just
any
nice
means
to see
necessary.
how the mindsets change.
And now,
You guys had to
suddenly
take.
what
now
we
you guys-
did in
now
2015
you guys-
is okay.
now you guys are the team with a bunch of kids that don't know what the direction is in the next couple of years.
No, they know
Well,
their direction. Let's
I had
not
to
say
take.
we don't know where
I
they're
had a
going.
take a couple of years ago when I said City play boring football, and you clipped it and you put it on Twitter, and everybody cooked me for it. Right? I remember when I said it, I was ahead of the curve. I remember I was ahead of the curve. I said I knew terrorist football
City
boring when I said.
Chelsea.
No, but
Negative
City's
football.
Now look.
football is fun. Let's not say it was
No,
boring.
City watching it as a rival is boring, bro.
Nah, it's not, man. It's actually
Watching
exciting.
it overall,
I even love watching us play. I love this football. It's brilliant.
Yeah,
I
yo, we
love
gotta
it.
wrap it
You
up.
see,
We
when
gotta
you're
wrap it
winning,
up.
when you're winning, you're willing to accept certain things and see that, yo, it's getting me wins. I love how it looks.
Guys,
When we used to say the same thing, it's get out there, it's so boring. I'm falling asleep, yawn. Chelsea woke up. Blah, blah.
Losing
Now
is
look at
boring.
you.
Losing is
all right,
boring.
guys,
I don't like
give me
losing.
your closing statements because I know Lewis gotta go soon. So I want to
Looking
hear.
well rested.
What's your closing statement, Bice? What's your score prediction, and what do you think is gonna happen?
1-0 or 1-1 draw. 1-0 Chelsea, 1-0. That's the what I see in it. I don't think we'll have a problem defensively or in the midfield. Just up top, if we take our chances, it's gonna be a different type of game. Especially if you do what Gunnar Sulz says and give us as much of the ball as we can, just to keep making chances over and over. You know we'll have to feed on those. So yeah, I'll take that. Fuck Arsenal.
What? Okay, Sulz, what are you saying?
Kai Havertz hat-trick. Let's go. I'm here for it.
It's never happening.
And you know what? Jorginho gets a hat-trick of assists. Let's just do it, fam. Why not? Stamford Bridge is the Havertz Bridge, fam. I'm telling you. Let's go. They sold the wrong guy. And I thank them with open arms and I welcome him. And the dog
thanks for
win
the
is
65
also going to
M's.
be there.
Thanks for the 65 M's, Scott.
Yeah, he's going to score a hat-trick. It's fine. He's going to repay it. Don't worry.
That 65 M's, you never know what it could come back and haunt you guys if he does well with us. But hey, we'll see. Lewis, what are you saying?
Fuck Arsenal as a club, label, and an institution. And Chelsea,
Amen.
you must.
I mean,
Must.
This guy, yo.
And Arsenal, you must. You must.
Wasn't it an Arsenal
You're
preview?
mid-table Chelsea. You must. You must.
Bro, I can't wait to see your post-match when you're freaking out after you lose.
Oh, if we lose, you think you're seeing me?
yeah, these guys, they don't know. They don't know, man. They don't know. Please.
I'm gonna start hibernating. It's winter season, bro. You won't see me till March.
Listen, I'm gonna be sensible. The scoreline for me is gonna be 2-0. And I'm just saying Chelsea, they're not clinical. Arsenal, they get a chance. We're gonna see out the game from there. And Stamford Bridge, it's been a good hunting ground for us. And also the fact that we need this win more than them. We're gonna go into this game a lot more focused. Chelsea can come out of this game, lose this game, and still be okay. Like, let's be honest, it's not gonna end your top 4 hopes. It's not gonna end your season. Where if we drop points to Chelsea
It's gonna
away,
kill our confidence of the
this could
games
be
coming up.
catastrophic. This could be catastrophic. Oh yeah, we cannot afford
Arsenal have
to
been
lose.
looking good without Saka lately, but that's another convo.
We played one game without Saka. What are we talking about?
Okay.
That's the one game he finally won against City. A lie?
Okay. I guys got their own agendas too. But yeah, we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. You guys have yourselves a wonderful day. Big up everyone in the comment section. Big up Lewis for coming on. Big up Bice. Big up Gunnar Sulz. I'll catch you guys on the next video. You guys already know what it is. Love.
So.